Welcome everybody to episode 1 of the... What did we decide to name this? Off to a great start.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh God, what are we calling it?
No, for real though. What did
It's
we decide to...
podcast on the rocks, I believe.
Politics.
Politics.
Politics on the rocks.
Oh, politics on the rocks.
I guess I'm the
Too many
official
rocks.
host, as decided by Cameron Bookie and the homeless guy Chris we picked up. Yeah, we're just we get together every week and drink whiskey and smoke cigars, and we figured, shit, why don't we just record it? If nothing else, just to give us a reason to get together, continue getting together. So I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
Bookie.
And I'm Chris, the homeless guy.
And Chris, the homeless guy. Yep. So yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit and.
It's important that they know what homeless guy he is.
Oh yeah, so many of you have probably seen him on the side of 60, the corner of 60 and 58th. He's holding up the anti-Biden signs all the time. We just pulled up and we're like, "Hey, you want a
quick meal and talk for a bit?
You want to drink some bourbon and smoke cigars with us every week?" And it didn't. That's all it took. And now here he is with us. So
Free bourbon.
free bourbon, yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna have fun with this and just bullshit, I guess, right? So a couple things on the schedule, if you want to call it that. It's not that serious. We're going to talk about SB 7072. It's the social media fine that our boy Ronnie DeSantis just signed into law. We got SB 1080, which is increasing the age to vape and smoke from 18 to 21. And I'm sure we'll cover a bunch of other shit along the way. So yeah. So how was everyone's weekend?
It was good.
Yeah. Do anything
Not
fun?
too shabby. No.
Like I said, my wife's idea of fun is going to grocery stores. That
Driving 2 hours for Farmer Joe's.
That's it.
No.
That's it. Buying exciting new groceries.
Yeah.
Hey, where else can you find carrots been blended with other type of fruit and vegetables stuffed into a cracker?
That's it.
Trader Joe's, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's it, man.
I mowed the lawn for about what felt like 9 hours. And drank about 20 Modelo's while doing it, so it's a good time.
Some good sweats right there.
Yeah. Jeez. That's good stuff, though.
I exaggerated both of those things.
Yeah. I don't know. You got a big yard, man.
Yeah.
That whole strip.
That corner of 58
yeah,
is
the whole
massive.
strip right there.
I thought they were a homeless guy, man.
Yeah.
You're killing it.
What do you do that with? Scissors? No wonder it takes you so long. Jesus. That's funny, man.
Oh, man.
That's good
Good
stuff.
times. Good times.
So what's everyone smoking?
We're smoking the same thing. Cause
Oh,
you
yeah.
forgot
Oh,
to bring
yeah.
it
That's
back.
I did, yeah.
It's almost like you're the homeless one.
All right, tell them
Yeah,
what we're
right.
smoking.
Me and Cameron be smoking the New World by AJ Fernandez. It's the Cameroon selection. It's a limited run they did.
Very rare.
Yeah, they're super good cigars, though. I've had a couple of these, and Cameron was gracious enough to
Yeah.
let me steal one from him. So
I'm a
that's
nice
what
guy.
him and I will be sucking on.
Yeah, it's going to be
Got the 5 Vega AAA. If you say 5 Vegas, you're an idiot.
There's no S.
I'm smoking Olivia. Not sure what specification it is.
He's like,
But-
I just put my lips on it and stuff.
Yeah. ABC Liquors. Thank you.
Don't we?
And what the
Future
hell?
sponsor?
What was this bourbon that I got us? Soldier or something?
It's right here.
Oh, you brought it out here.
The Horse Soldier.
Yeah, straight bourbon.
Straight bourbon
Some
whiskey.
good stuff right there.
Yeah, it's really tasty, man. I'm glad I
Yeah,
picked
it
this
is
up.
very
This is
good.
good.
Who needs a lighter?
I do. I need a cutter and a lighter.
Made in Columbus, Ohio.
You're not supposed to touch the table.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we have a really jank setup for the time being. We got decent equipment, but it's not the best setup.
Hey, we're new to
We
this.
got
Yeah.
one of those
Alright.
Bill's Mafia
This is,
pregame tables.
Yeah.
What, a month and a half in the making?
Yeah.
I feel like we did it right, though.
We
kind
did
of like all
quick.
got together and just kind of like talked and like
Yeah.
picked
Yeah.
up Chris from the corner of 58.
Yeah. That was probably the biggest hurdle I think we had to cross was
Yeah.
figuring out how we were going to let this guy in our house without worrying about him stealing shit, you know?
Yeah. That was a tough one.
You missing anything yet, Cam?
Not yet. Just
So,
keep 'em on the back porch.
we're also we're on Cameron's back porch too. So we're not in a studio, so don't expect much from the. Our sound engineers can only do so much, But
But it's important that we're outside
yes,
because otherwise I'll get a divorce.
yeah, Cameron's wife would not like
Yeah.
that too much.
That's it.
Episode 1, and she's already pulling through though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot my laptop charger, and it's currently on 7%. So
Yeah. 7?
7.
Wow.
Yeah, it
That's
died quick. Well,
That 15% we're
yeah, look at all the shit I have plugged into it. We may be reshooting this entire intro again, guys. We don't know. We're gonna
It's all
find out.
Oh man.
No, if it gets to that point, I'll cut it off so we can
Yeah.
save what we got here.
No. I mean, my wife is.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
She's amazing. Amazing woman.
All right, enough talk about her.
Oh, no.
Should we start with a light topic? I think there were some water gun fights over in the Middle East for a little bit, right?
Oh yeah.
Or should we go into something else?
Let's
Yeah.
go with
I
the
think
light
it
topic.
was balloons. I don't know if it was guns. I think it was
True.
water balloons.
Yeah.
I think they had one
And
of those.
one side had like these interceptor water balloons they were throwing.
yes.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
That's the good side, right?
I think so.
The
That's
good side.
If there is a good side in that whole mess.
Good thing America took its land quite a bit ago, huh?
yeah. Don't
Yeah,
gotta
we
worry
screwed.
about that argument.
Oh, this cigar is excellent, man.
No,
It's
it
good.
is so
It's such a
good.
good cigar.
This is a really good cigar. It is good. Definitely.
Definitely makes that bourbon go down easier.
Mm.
Not that it goes down harshly, but
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm trying to say.
It's a good marriage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a nice way to put it, Cameron.
Yeah,
So poetic.
Some would say I'm good with my words.
Yeah. that post that you sent me, that Canadian Army, whatever he was.
Oh, it was a Belgian soldier.
Why did I think he was Canadian?
Is in Belgium. This soldier, I guess he's like a military sniper or something. He stole a machine gun, a pistol, and 4 missile launchers from the Belgian army and took off into the woods because he's gonna fight against government tyranny.
Yeah.
So
He
best of luck
left
to
his
that man.
wife a note and everything. I was like, "There's something poetic about that."
True hero
You
right
know?
there.
He's like, "I'm taking off into the woods. I'm gonna be part of." Or what? His exact verbiage, I guess. Well, according to the article, was that he's joining the resistance.
right.
There's
I
a
think
Mark
he might
Wahlberg
be by
movie coming
himself,
soon
though.
to us.
I hope there's
Mhm.
other people to join him. I don't know.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, go all the way. You know.
Yeah.
I'd like to call on all the homeless people of Belgium to join this man in his cause.
Yeah,
He's got extra rocket launchers.
yeah.
I think they
Just
get,
a couple.
I think they get rid of their homeless though. So
Just throw them into the ocean.
Yeah.
Or
They're
send them
not
to
as friendly.
France.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not as friendly to the
ship
homeless.
to France and Italy.
Oh, that's dark. It's dark stuff, but it's funny.
Oh man, should we talk about what Ronnie D has done today?
Ronnie D, is that what
Yeah, so I guess today was the day he officially signed it.
Yeah, he
Monday,
signed it.
the 24th. Yeah.
All right, we gotta explain.
Yeah, so I don't have the actual bill pulled up. Maybe I should pull it up and read it here, but
I think I got it right here.
yeah. I'll let you you read it.
Okay.
Read what, don't read the whole bill, but
Just the short
Right.
term, right?
yeah, the shorthand of it.
Should we
of it.
explain our bias a little bit?
I think
Or no,
anybody that knows us
Yeah.
knows
It's part of
kind
the
of where
fun.
we're coming
We'll
from.
They'll
I
find
think.
out.
Oh, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Today's sponsor is a company that has come up with a wildly convenient solution for the self-tanning ladies in your life. What they have done is come up with self-tanning chewing gum. Chew Me Brown has a revolutionary biohuman technology. As you begin to chew the gum, it starts a process in your pigment that ultimately gives you that desired tan skin that we all find so appealing. So stop wasting your time with other self-tanners where you have to stand naked in your bathroom patting yourself with a dirty oven mitt. then only to wait several hours for it to dry. Most other self-tanners leave you smelling like you took a chemical bath, but not this one, folks. With their patent-pending blue raspberry scent, you're left reminded of that ice-cold blue raspberry Slurpee from 7-Eleven on a hot summer day. Get Chew Me Brown today. Join the other 100 people who have tried this experimental tanning chewing gum now. Just use promo code POTR, Politics on the Rocks, to get a 20% discount on their website, chewmebrown.com.
want to thank our sponsor, Chew Me Brown, for their
Great
continued
sponsor.
support.
Great sponsor.
I say continued as if this is not our first episode. All right, so Book was about to read the actual verbiage of the bill, so go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so the bill SB 7072, social media platforms prohibiting a social media platform from willfully deplatforming a candidate, providing requirements for public contracts and economic incentives related to entities that have been convicted or held civilly liable for antitrust violations, providing that social media platforms that fail to comply with specified requirements and prohibitions commit an unfair or deceptive act or practice, authorizing the Department of Legal Affairs to investigate suspected violations under the Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practice Acts and bring specified actions for such violations, etc.
Etc. Yeah, so on the surface, it
Jimble jamble.
sounds like a good thing, right? I mean, you can't be censored and shit, like...
Supposedly, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
So I guess the left's biggest argument is that, companies, and I personally think they're kind of in the right with this one, but they argue that companies have the right to decide what's best for their customers and business without the government's intervention. All of us here are libertarian, and some of us are anarchists.
Some of us
So
You'll find
obviously, yeah, you'll find out along the way, as if in case you don't know already, which you probably do. So yeah, government intervention sucks typically. 99.9% of the time, I actually can't think of any.
99.99.
Yeah, repeating. Yeah, but it's just it's kind of ironic to me. The left wants to criticize government intervention and their affairs, but it's like, where was this energy all last year when businesses couldn't even open without police coming to close them down? It's just kind of funny to me. So then the Republicans argue that the bill is needed to curb influence of big tech over national conversation, which is a fair point, but at the same time, they have a right to have, to have maybe not an influence, but it's their platform, right? They can control, yeah.
Right.
But it's funny, the Republicans argue that, yet nobly exempt theme parks. Keep in mind, this is
What,
a Florida
theme parks?
bill.
Why
Yeah.
would they do that?
Huh. It couldn't be the $700 million tax revenue that Disney brings in, right? Couldn't be that.
No.
Oh, my God.
So yeah, that's actually a pretty good point to bring up. That is a loophole in the bill, correct? That
It's
what is it?
it's
stated
an
that-
exemption for theme parks. It's like, what other theme park is in Florida that holds that much influence?
Yeah.
But I think this is just another great example of why nobody takes Republicans seriously anymore.
Right.
And that no matter what side of the argument you're on or what side of the political spectrum, they're all self-serving. They're all going to do what benefits them and their interests the most.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
point.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I read a different bill.
Fucking Chris.
Was it SB 7073?
No, it was a bill that was saying that people could be prosecuted for making threats on social media, and I think the sheriff of Martin County was supporting it.
Oh.
And it was like really recent, so I assumed that was the bill you guys were talking about. But I'm homeless, so I don't have much access.
Yeah,
to
It's
it.
understandable, Chris.
Yeah. We
All he has
understand
is
that.
the library.
He's run off that Panera Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah, right. How is it, by the way? Is it pretty good?
It's been down lately.
Nick, you have the lighter?
Yeah. Somewhere over here.
All right.
Here, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
Give it
ask
to
you.
book. Give it to book.
Thank
Oh,
you.
this is gonna be tricky here without banging the table.
It's all good.
So yeah, what's everyone's kind of initial thoughts on that?
Well, I think with me in general, anytime you see a bill coming across to be an eventual law, kind of look at it as if, well, is this going to enhance or broaden government's reach onto things? And that's
Right.
usually like my first look is if it's a yes, then
Mhm.
it's almost always going to be, probably not best for society
Right.
from a liberty standpoint, I
Yeah.
would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty easy to see this is, even though it's a tricky conversation to have, because obviously social media has such a huge impact with everybody.
Right.
But is this the best way to go about it?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I agree.
If anything, it's more of a shows more of, as a society how easy we are to get stuck in one way, which is like once we get Facebook and Twitter, nobody really wants to go beyond that to find information or even like try to do other stuff.
Well, I think it's like you said, people get stuck in their ways. That, and I think for most people, it's like, well, why do I need to go anywhere else? It's all right here. This is all I need to know. You know,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that, we're going to beat them by joining them. You know what I mean? Like, just to kind of reiterate what you said, any government intervention, I'm typically always immediately super skeptical about it because 9 times out of 10, it ends up getting used in, not a not so good way, for lack of a
What are some of the
inability
ways,
to come up with a better word.
What are some of the ways that it could be used wrongly?
Well, so
I know we talked about.
Yeah, maybe I misinterpreted it, but it's like kind of super broad.
Right.
So let's just say, for the sake of the discussion, you have a forum.
Yeah.
It's like a Christian, just a forum, like a board that, everyone can just kind of talk. What happens when you get some asshole that joins the board and is, posting a bunch of like pro-abortion shit, and we're not talking about whether we're for that or against that, but does that organization, being the church, not have a right to get rid of that person without potentially facing fines?
Right.
And I think, just to kind of elaborate on that even more, these big companies like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they can absorb these fines. They're not going to lose any sleep over what is it? It's like $2,500 a day or $25,000 a day. Well,
$250,000.
$250,000 a day
If I remember correctly. Once it's been ruled that they've in violation of the law.
Okay. So it has to go through probably a lengthy trial and
I'm sure they count it once it's happened,
right?
Like retroactively,
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good point. But I don't see them doing this for us. You know what I mean? Like, and are we really gonna like go through all the headache of like, if a Twitter knocks us off there, are we really gonna?
I think if anything, this bill is just like specifically directed at a single event, and that's Donald Trump getting banned from Twitter.
Right.
And so that's the type of stuff they're gonna go after the companies for, is them, banning people that whoever the politicians in power at the time agree with.
Yeah.
That's who's gonna get the protection.
Right.
Not us.
but like what you said, Nick.
Yeah, those
like,
companies absorb
it's like,
that.
It's hindsight. You look at it and you're like, yeah, you don't want maybe companies just to ban people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you agree with that statement. But like you said, like, how does this overflow into like different realities?
Yeah.
Like where, like you said, like this situation that you laid out.
Yeah.
Right, where whatever is taking place, and all of a sudden now there's a situation where you can't remove. You know what I'm saying?
Your hands are tied. Yeah, your hands are tied. Because Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they're not going to lose sleep over $250,000.
It's
just going to put an even bigger like crutch on these companies who are smaller that already have enough obstacles to jump through to get into the market. I don't know. I just feel like that, like this type of energy being put into like writing these bills and just all the process of getting a bill into law. Like, why are we wasting our time with this kind of shit when we should just be making the market easier to enter?
Right.
And then at that point, you're diversifying the market. So, okay, Twitter knocked you off. Well, fuck Twitter, go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy that we have 3 major social media companies that kind of control the conversation,
right?
No matter what it is.
Yeah, I think that example that you brought up is important because it's like it shows that it's not just Twitter and Facebook and these big companies that are online and are like forums for people to talk in. And it, at first glance, you might think, Twitter is an open forum and it should stay that way, and so people who are banned should be, should have some way to be able to come back because it's just like an open platform type of deal. But in the situation that you laid out, it's a totally different thing where, these people don't want some, person causing trouble in their their forum.
Yeah.
So in the bill, I think they stated out that part of what they have to do is they have to be very transparent about content moderation, and I think what would suffice for a deplatforming someone. And then I think they even stated that they can't change the goalposts, so they can't one day have it as you can't say this, and then change it next day.
Change it to fit a specific circumstance.
To get some people. Right. Which I guess if you're looking at it in a wholesome that's good, which it is, but at the same time, like everybody stated, is this very necessary?
Right. Yeah, when the pendulum always swings back.
Yeah, instead of inhibiting future people entering the market to social media, shouldn't we just leave it more open? So
yeah,
when the next Facebook comes along and they want to get rid of somebody, they don't get fined $250,000.
Yeah,
just go bankrupt.
Yeah,
right.
So
that's the thing. When a company's big enough to, like you said, when a company's big enough to pay those fines, keep going, and do whatever they want, the entry to the market is much more difficult.
Yeah, you're just squashing smaller competition.
Exactly. So in other words, you continue to have whatever monopoly you have,
if not worse.
Media. What?
If not worse.
Yeah.
Because now you're potentially pushing other people out of the market that can't afford those fines and don't want to deal with the hassle.
Right.
Yep, just more red tape.
Yeah.
So there is some chatter that people have been saying that this probably won't make it past once the courts get a hand of it. If someone,
right.
against the First Amendment. So I guess there's some talk that this might be very performative, just to boost the base.
Theater, yeah.
Mm-hmm. As we all know, Ronnie D probably wants to go to the head castle eventually.
Head castle.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know.
The White Castle?
Yes.
Him and Daddy Drump.
Yeah. So, for me personally, I think anything performative coming from our officials is pretty disgusting, since they get paid with our taxpayer dollars.
Right. Yeah.
And if they're spending all this time making this
parade around.
Correct. Yeah. Just to waste our money. And then, especially, some things have looked like if it does go to court and they do fight it, that's our taxpayer dollars again.
Right.
So,
but it's so funny because not a lot of people can look past that and see what you just outlined. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, yeah, whatever the hell his name is, Ron DeSantis fighting for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, but like Facebook. You just said, it's probably not going to get through the courts.
Yeah.
So all that time wasted, all the money involved in doing that kind of stuff,
right.
Yeah. For what? For what? Just to rally your base, to get more people out in support of you and votes at the end of the day, right?
Yep. Unfortunately, so there was something I came across that showed there's precedent that things like this have happened in the past with technology that we now forget about, like newspapers. So there was something that happened. I want to say it was South Florida, where Florida used to have a law where if a newspaper said anything about a candidate, that the candidate can cite the law saying they had to post a rebuttal in their newspaper at no cost to the newspaper itself. And I forget which newspaper it was that said they're not going to do it, but it went all the way to the Supreme Court, because when it went to the Florida Supreme Court, they said the Florida law was constitutional, but the Supreme Court eventually said it was not.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what they stated. It was Supreme Court stated that government coercion could not be the answer. Press responsibility is not...
closer to the mic, bro.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It said press responsibility is not mandated by the Constitution, and like many other virtues, could not be legislated. So, if you think about newspaper back in the day, would be closest thing we have to what Facebook is now, or Twitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of, right?
Yeah, I would say Twitter probably, yeah.
Yeah, right? So, in a sense, that's some precedent to say that if it gets brought to the courts, there's a good chance this could be brought up, and definitely weigh heavy in this fact that this will not go through fully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Which will not, that's no sweat off my back. I don't really think this is a good idea to have this go into law.
No.
But you bring up a good point. It's a ginormous waste of time.
Yeah.
Which will be a long theme here. Everything the government does
is a waste of time.
I'm just going to say, if DeSantis' campaign slogan isn't Daddy D goes to White Castle, I'm going to be really upset.
Daddy D.
We're going to make sure it's Daddy D goes to White Castle.
Who knows?
Oh, so wait, which one are you talking about? Daddy D.
Oh,
Donald or
Then which Donald? Jr.?
Double D goes to White Castle.
Double D.
Let's just all hope DeSantis has another kid he can put into a political ad. So
Oh no!
Shaking
Don't
in it.
Even talk about.
Oh, I
those
missed
things.
that. What happened?
Did you see his? Or so when he originally ran right for governor,
Right.
his ads were horrible. I mean,
They're
they
pretty
were
cringe.
so
I never
bad.
saw him.
They were like,
Oh, wait. Didn't he do one that was like an action hero theme one?
No, that was Crenshaw.
That okay,
Texas.
yeah, that one was
Crenshaw.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was pretty cringy.
No, DeSantis was more of a pro-Trump. I'm pro-Trump.
Yeah.
Here's my toddler.
As if
and
that
a
wasn't
Trump
already
onesie.
obvious. Yeah, he did it. No, are you kidding me?
No, I think it was.
He had
either-
his kid in a Trump onesie.
I think so.
Wow.
No.
Don't hold me to that, but we'll say.
but it
it's
was
true.
all. It was like, I can't really remember it, but it was like to the extent of like they're like playing with Legos and like building like a wall and like.
No.
Yeah, it was
oh
something,
my.
something like that. I mean, maybe I made that up, but it's something to
That's
that
something
extent.
that would have been
That-
right.
Yeah, it's something like that, you know. So they're really bad.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I mean, not that I hate the guy, right? But I'm just like
Yeah.
that. Those were so bad.
Yeah. That's a joke.
They
and
got like a
half
mob
right
of zombie Legos on the other side of the wall.
there. Yeah. Oh.
They were really bad.
Aren't all Lego people yellow? So how do you differentiate which ones are on which side of the wall?
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't that mean they're all Asian? Isn't that the stereotype?
Lego's been pro-Asian this whole time.
Have
Stop.
they?
Stop Asian hate.
No.
Think about how long Lego's been around, and they've never had to make a political stance, right? Have you ever heard of
Not
Lego
that I
making a
know of.
political stance?
Is that Hasbro?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah. I
is
guess
it?
it is.
But I mean, I guess in sense,
Yeah.
Lego itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no Kamala Harris Lego yet.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, did you see that shit that I guess she dated? She was like in a
Montez or something.
yeah.
What was that guy's name?
I don't
know who he
remember.
is, but I don't remember his name.
she was like a side chick. You didn't see that?
No, I heard about that. I don't
Terrell
know.
Montez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that when he was the governor of California?
No,
No, was
this
that
guy
something
was
else?
not a governor
Oh,
or
okay.
anything.
You're
He was like
thinking
a.
about Willie Brown, who was the mayor of San Francisco.
There
I
you go.
believe.
I'm looking it up. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember seeing the
Montez Williams. That's his name.
Montez Williams.
That's a pretty sweet name.
Yeah, look at this picture. He's got two babes on him,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
and one
gotta-
of them's Kamala Harris.
Hey, nothing wrong
That's
with that.
funny.
Oh my god.
I wonder what the like if there's any truth to it, or if it's just like one picture that she just happened to be in. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Was this before or after she was shaming moms into sending her kids their kids to schools?
She looks pretty scary here, though. Honestly, like she looks like she
Man.
probably eats people.
Yeah.
She was like, if you
It's
don't
like a
send your
really
kids to
weird
school,
picture.
we will put you in jail. Like, wouldn't that be worse for the kid?
She's like a pretty horrible person. It's kind of unbelievable that people voted for these.
It's all right.
Like-
I mean, she's in government. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
She's probably going to get on to that, blood ritual so she can stay young forever.
Yeah, drinking adrenochrome or whatever the hell
Yep.
those cute people call it.
This is a Q podcast now.
Oh God, don't say
We
that.
just transitioned.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
got you in the first half, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were just telling me that they have like a
A documentary.
documentary on this.
I think it's on Prime.
The Q's do?
Yeah. It's called.
no, the Q didn't.
Guess what it's called?
Q? Question mark?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my gosh.
No. But yeah. So it's a documentary of like
Oh.
how Q started and what is Q, and like.
Do they tell us who is Q?
Well, that's the hidden agenda behind it.
Do you think that guy in Wyoming who started this is just like loving life right now?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's totally.
Just sitting in his computer
Yeah,
chair.
he's like, look at these fucking idiots. He's like, I just post some off the wall shit every like 6 months.
It's like I get blasted
It's
at
like-
night
yeah.
and just write this
like-
random.
It's like some 22-year-old CIA agent. He's a legend now.
Yeah, yeah. They just sit at the headquarters cracking up reading.
Can you
this
believe
stuff.
Fred came up with this stupid Q thing and they all bought it?
Yeah,
Dude, I mean, it literally is as silly as that.
it is. It really is. The only kind of downside to it is that there are some legitimate things within that whole like
Right.
Yeah,
nonsense.
like most things.
Right.
Yeah,
They'll
well,
grab
yeah,
some
yeah,
straws
like
of
most
truth.
things.
hmm
Like most things, we have to explain what we just said because we just said it's kind of legit.
Well, like
Kinda legit,
yeah,
yeah.
just the
no,
shit.
no, like in any conspiracy, right?
Yeah, it all
sometimes
starts...
there's something that's true, right? And then it leads you down, and it kind of answers all the answers for you. You know, it fills in all the gaps, and then all of a sudden you're believing something ridiculous.
Yeah, and then it adds in some ridiculous stuff to discredit all of the true stuff that they just told you. Yeah,
exactly.
I was talking to my good buddy Will, and since day one, like he thinks it's a Russian disinformation campaign.
Oh, really?
Which, I mean, there's pretty compelling evidence that it could be, right? I mean, maybe not like concrete evidence, but you look at it and it's like, what better way to like destabilize than to convince these people that everybody in their government eats children and drinks their blood?
There's destabilizing the already destable.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be cool. One day we'll meet Q.
One day.
Well, I guess I remember seeing something that the theory is that Q is actually JFK Jr.
Or
you've
Robert,
seen that,
Robert
right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, RFK. Is that a term?
Yeah.
Did we just dub that RFK?
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
It's crazy, man.
But it had me sucked in for a little while watching it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it first started, I definitely was like following along with it because I was just interested. Like, what the hell are these people saying? You know?
Yeah. Just to circle back, how you were saying, you know, the guy who invented it in Wyoming or, you know, whatever. I just think about like somebody sitting in their basement, like, all right, I'm just going to put like 4 strings of 3 numbers and see what these people find. Like what dots they connect.
What connection they
yeah.
Yeah.
Like 417.
Well, so
Adolf Hitler ate a burger at 417.
Well, see, you know, and that's the
it was made of babies.
That's the funny thing is like the guy is genius in the sense that when you have these like crazy conspiracy theory guys,
or
like,
them,
you just give them some crazy stuff to look at, and then they're just like, okay, we got to figure it out.
Yeah,
so everything's a puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, he was genius in the idea that like, let me just
fuck with
make
these
a
people.
bunch of puzzles. You know what I'm saying? And then say like a couple things, and then let them go with it.
Right. I'm not going to give them the picture of the finished puzzle.
No.
We'll let them decide what that picture looks like.
Like literally, exactly. Yeah. Right. Instead of saying like, "Hey, this is what's going on," which
that's
what
something
you would do.
Right. That's something I never understood about the whole thing. It's like, why not just if these secrets you hold are so so dark and twisted and change your life forever, why does it all need to be a riddle?
Right. Because he knows that
it's bullshit.
Well, not only that, but like those people who do that kind of thing get excited about puzzles. So literally,
it's almost like they played off of. Remember when the whole 9/11 truthers thing was happening, and it kind of devolved into the same thing as Q. Like it was just like this numbers and like the flight number, like you add up the numbers and it.
That's something else I never really understood. It's like, if these people were doing this shit, why would they need to like link everything?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, let's just say 9/11 was an inside job for the sake of this discussion.
Investigation still open?
Is it really?
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, who knows?
Some probably.
Right? Yeah, to the Q people it is. But no, like, why would you give any sort of link that it could be connected? Like, why would you have numbers that add up to be something else that, like why would you leave a bread?
They're called Easter eggs, man. Don't you watch Marvel movies?
Oh, yeah. Stanley.
No, that's a good point.
Marvel movie. No, it's something.
It's silly. It's all silly.
All right. Well, to go back, the social media bill, I think we all can agree is probably pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't see that. Like you said, I don't see it getting through the courts, and on top of that, if it did, I don't see how that would play out in really anybody's favor.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain situations where it could help people, but I don't think it'll ever be used to help normal people.
Right? It's it was invented for Trump, basically. Yeah, is what I got out of it.
Yeah,
and like you were saying, it's all good and gravy. Then what happens when a circumstance arises where you have somebody else in politics that finds a way to use that law in their favor, right?
Right.
I mean, I off the top of my head, I can't really see a circumstance where that would be the case. But like you were saying with gun laws, how you were saying the counties can't make stricter gun laws than...
Oh, yeah. Florida just passed a gun-related bill that basically it says that the local counties or municipalities, anything smaller than a state, they can't make any gun laws that are stricter than the state gun law. And it's like, yeah, at its face, that sounds good because, you know, we have people in government right now who are pro-gun, and they're not going to make strict gun laws.
Right.
But what happens when somebody who isn't pro-gun gets into power in the state, and then they start making, strict gun bills, and who's going to check them?
Right.
You know,
nobody.
Yeah, it's one of those things where once something's in the books, it like never comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And you're seeing a lot of that now with the lockdowns and shit. You know, these governments that got these temporary powers under the guise of public safety with the pandemic, no one wants to give it up now.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, man.
It's weird. It's almost like power overtakes all.
Secret dark arts.
Might is right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I guess we can move on to the next agenda here, the SB 1080. It was a pretty short bill. I don't think we really need to read it. It's basically increasing the age to vape and smoke from 18 to 21.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. I don't see what, you know.
Yeah, we're smoking cigars, and I was smoking them when I was 18. So
Yeah, like...
So
and I'm fine. I'm homeless now. So
yeah.
Yeah, you did good for yourself.
Yeah, you did really good.
You just get the butts off the sidewalk, so.
Yeah.
And people are inspired by you when they drive by.
I know. You should, yeah. I mean, I haven't talked to somebody who doesn't know who you are. So the fact that we have you on our podcast is
pretty huge. Local legend right here.
Oh, shit. I think Spotify's actually calling me right now to sign a deal.
They throw half-smoked cigarettes at me, so they must support me.
Yes.
You know what it is, Chris? It's the ridiculous smile that guy...
It's contagious.
That you hold.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Why are you talking about me in the third person?
Sorry.
Right.
Oh, I thought you said smile.
It's
You said
smile.
sign. Oh, you said smile?
Smile.
This
The
Oh,
style's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
hot, too,
Okay.
though.
Ear to ear grin.
The signs are good, too, though. The signs you hold, those are terrific.
But
Great
smile
penmanship.
says that you,
Yeah.
that you
Well,
completely believe him.
I
Yeah.
stayed in school until third grade, so I learned to, write on cardstock and all that stuff.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. That's good. Good for you, man. And look, now you're on one of the most popular podcasts in America.
It's
Yep.
ridiculous, man.
Number one right
You've
here.
come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 20 other countries, but who's counting?
I think it is good to mention, though, that this is a trend that's been going on in America for a couple of years now, of states and local cities increasing the age to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're one of the last, actually.
Yeah, I think. I think we're pretty far behind when it comes to that.
And in this moment, it was actually good to be far behind, in my opinion. But now we've turned the leaf, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, in Florida, we're basically living in medieval times.
Yeah.
It's terrific, man. I love it
It's
here.
great.
So,
You can sword fight in the streets.
Yeah.
so the law itself, obviously, its main goal is to stop underage middle school, high schoolers from smoking early, right?
Well, I mean,
So-
think about it. The target is 21 and under, right? So that's
Yeah.
high school, middle school.
So do we think it's going to be any beneficial to that degree?
No, I mean, not to. I really don't want to become one of those podcasts that just like rattle off numbers and shit. But I did do a little research on this one before.
Give us the numbers.
Talking. Give us the numbers.
Give us that
Give us the numbers.
data.
So, okay, so Florida Youth Substance Abuse Survey and the Florida Youth Tobacco Survey found that from 2016 to 2018, e-cigarette lifetime use, so that's having used at least once in their life, is up from 25.8 to 27.1%.
Whoa.
That's kids in high school, so you'd assume, I think, 19 is probably the oldest. I mean,
Right.
you probably have some outliers.
Yeah, I was in high school at 25.
Yeah. This is Florida,
I
so
don't have time.
I think
Right.
28's the cutoff for high school.
Is it really?
graduation.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, just that alone, it's obviously not working, right? Already, what we already have in place,
Right.
18 and under,
Yeah, that's why we
it's
got
not
to
working.
higher.
Yeah. So make it higher.
I think we should make it 35.
Yeah. So and then from same date range, 2016 to 2018. E-cigarette 30 days use, which is, pretty self-explanatory. You having used in the last 30 days is up from 9.6 to 13.7%. again, it's an increase. It's the law as it stands is not working. And as of 2020, 21.6% of high school students reported being regular users of e-cigarettes. And then a study done, albeit not in Florida, a study done in Minnesota showed that 71 to 76%, depending on what grade you asked, reported having older friends that would get them for them. So either way, it's not...
3/4 of them are getting them from someone else.
That's of age.
Yeah.
So what? Like, I don't get how this is gonna do anything to solve the problem.
Yeah, I guess like devil advocate would be if 18 is the legal age to buy cigarettes. When you're in high school, you probably at least know one person that's that age.
Yeah.
Right. So you can probably get that from them. So
Right.
again, not that I agree with this, but if you're following that kind of logic, well, if you make it 21, the chance of knowing a 21-year-old when you're 16 is probably a little less, but not that much.
We're also in Florida. Keep that in mind.
True. So
Yeah, but at that point,
they're
it's
probably
almost-
taking.
Well,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost like you're
Still.
incentivizing them to meet people older.
Yeah, that's a good point that I didn't even think
People
of.
who will
Let's
buy
just lay out the
stuff,
scenario.
illegal stuff for them.
Yeah.
let's lay out the scenario with Chris is not on the side of 58th, but he's outside of the 7-Eleven.
He's definitely buying me some
He's
cigarettes.
definitely buying cigarettes
You know what I
if
mean?
want 'em.
But any favors involved in this purchasing?
Oh. Favors?
$1?
$1?
A Cuban sandwich?
You buy me a
Correct?
pack of smokes, I'll give you two of them.
Pretty much anything. I'll take pretty much anything.
Dollop a hog?
Here's another little last statistic I'll read tonight, I promise. The data shows that reported adult use was only at 7.5%, which is only roughly 5% increase each year, which suggests kids are quitting as they mature anyway. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to be the guy to say, like, you know, oh, kids smoking, what's the big deal? They're going to grow out of it. Obviously, kids should not be smoking.
Right.
There's a lot of health, you know, concerns that rise with people smoking in general, especially kids. But, like, is this really necessary?
Is this the government's job to dictate to, if you're looking at 18-year-olds,
Right.
you know, what's healthy for you
Yeah.
as an adult?
And how about the exception to this rule?
What is that exception? Does anybody remember that one?
The
The
military
loophole?
exception. So if you're in the military,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
allowed to. You're still allowed to buy them when you're 18. So it almost seems to me like they're just trying to avoid the classic criticism, which is, oh, you can die for your country
Right.
at 18, but you can't
Buy
Right.
cigarettes. Yeah.
Which is was
So-
always the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's a very valid criticism, but obviously they see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest problem in regards to kids smoking, I think it's one, just kids being stupid, and I also think it's a problem with education. I don't think there's enough emphasis on how bad it really is for someone 18 or younger to be smoking.
Right.
Yeah.
As a kid, you do stupid things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You do it. And a lot of times you grow out of it. And it's kind of one of those.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's unfortunate circumstances that could arise down the line because of it, but I guess that's part. It's a very callous look on that. It's kind of part of life, right?
Mm.
And who are we to dictate? Obviously, if you're under the age of 18, it gets very foggy in this fact of the standing law already, or what was the standing law. But if you're 18 or just about to turn 18 now, and you wanted to smoke, now you can't. That's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Just from the fact that now the government's telling you you're not capable as an adult to choose what you should do with your body.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean like your body, your choice kind of thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, dude!
Whoa, I mean,
You're making too much sense
too
right now.
much.
Bro. Chill out.
Just imagine you're like a 18, 19-year-old coming out of high school and you're a tradesman, you're a roofer. You're sitting up there on the roof just working your ass off all day, and you're not allowed to smoke a cigarette. Like, come on.
Yeah. Just decompress with a nice smoke.
All I can say is if we see an uptick in school shootings, I think we'll know why.
Kids aren't vaping, dude.
Nope.
I
That's
think the
the
cause
problem.
will be obvious.
Kids aren't
No.
vaping.
That is clearly connected.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's clearly connected.
you're at school,
RFK Jr. said so, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
got tests coming up. The girl doesn't want to talk to your guy. All you have right now is a vape. Take the edge off. Now you don't.
And now you don't.
Well, you might still, but legally you don't now for sure.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. It's fucked. Dark times ahead of us.
Dark times.
Very dark.
Oh man.
I think an interesting jumping off point from this is obviously this law in general, like having a smoking age limit, or what'd you call that? Age,
Yeah, age limit.
right? To entry, I guess. It's been around for a while. I think the 90s. Was that when it came into effect? Maybe earlier than that.
Sure.
I'll look. Keep keep going with your point.
You know,
Jamie
it's
pulled that
now been increased.
Yeah, Jamie.
After X amount of years. But this is one of those things where, like, what's the next place they go to? They
Right.
deem it's unhealthy for something, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, obviously smoking, we can, there's definitive facts, contrary to 1960s doctors, that it does have negative impact on your health over time. But, like, I don't know. So does
Supersized.
being
orange
obese,
soda.
right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
New York, they're so stupid they like limited the size of.
Yeah, you can't
Of,
buy big gulps.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
limited the size of soft drinks you can get. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll just buy 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what is your point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. So,
that's
smoking ages in general was introduced in 1953. It was the age of 17, and then it increased from 17 to
weird number.
18 in 92.
Okay, yeah. I think that's like 92 is what I read is like when that had a huge increase in underage reported smoking,
Right.
which I mean, I guess if that coincides with more regulation, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, it becomes cool.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's still increasing, so it's obviously not working, right?
Hey, we'll do anything for the kids.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Anything. It's kind of ironic too that, this is the same government who convinced everybody that it was safe, right?
You know what
In
I
the
think we
60s,
should
like
do
you were saying?
Yeah.
is we should just force kids to stay inside at all times.
Put them in a
under,
nice bubble
under
suit.
supervision.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put them in a cage.
Yeah.
And they can't smoke. They
Yeah.
can't do anything
Yeah.
dangerous.
They'll be the perfect little children.
Hmm.
I feel like obviously it's not healthy, but I feel like doing mischievous shit like that is like part of being a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like part of growing up.
Yeah, like making mistakes, learning from them, getting caught with smokes in your truck. It's like,
One could say
can you be a Florida man if you've never got caught with like a sixer and a pack of smokes in your truck when
we're
you're
really
like 12?
We're trying to save Florida man culture here.
Yeah, Jesus.
I feel like we're being attacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, one could say that kids these days are
Pussies.
exactly right. Maybe we need to implement more cigarettes into their schools,
Yeah,
right?
that's a
Help them
great
up little
idea.
bit,
Yeah.
you know,
Maybe we'll get like a food truck, but with cigarettes, and just
Exactly.
sell them at lunch.
well, it's
in
e-cigs
recess.
now. It's e-cigs, right?
Mandatory
That's the
smoke
cool
breaks.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Union breaks.
We get them a
Union
vending
breaks?
machine with like Bud Light and Budweiser and
And flavored jewels.
yeah, Four Locos maybe.
You know?
That's a good one. Have kids shotgun and Four Locos.
Oh Jesus.
We go from giving everybody a
Smoking car.
trophy.
What?
We go from giving everybody a trophy to now taking away 18-year-olds to smoke. What's next? You know,
Then our kids will all be like Russian kids.
What are
Just-
Russian kids?
Just badass.
Yeah. oh, if we let them smoke, right?
Yeah, if we make them drink Four Locos.
Yeah,
and
fuck
Do
a
we think,
fuck a beer vending machine. Let's get them some vodka
yeah.
or shit whiskey. That's American.
I
These
know.
kids will come out of college ready to freaking go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Or high school, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, so really the argument from our point is how much is too much in like
In regards to government intervention.
exactly.
Yeah.
And whether or not
Any
really,
amount.
and whether or not right.
Yeah.
Whether or not it really makes a difference.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right? Because as a kid and you're in that position and you're doing silly stuff, right? And your buddy has a vape and then you start vaping and then at some point you realize this is a really stupid decision.
Yeah.
Right? Whether or not it's a law, is that making a difference?
Yeah, I'd argue no.
Yeah.
The data doesn't
I would
seem.
argue no.
Yeah.
Right?
Data doesn't seem to support that it does make a difference, right?
Right. So yeah. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's like with any prohibition throughout history.
Right.
It's never
always
worked out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always worked. Yeah, it's never worked out in the way that they think it's going to work out.
I mean, and we could go right into the fact that, like, how often do you guys smoke crack?
All the time.
Today or...
That was a bad question
Yeah.
for this group.
No, I mean, depends.
No, but I mean, we don't smoke crack because there's a law against it, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
We don't smoke crack because we're over crackheads.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing those things, because whatever, because there's a law.
Because we're educated on the
Yeah,
risks
because we
of it,
realize
right.
that it's probably not great for our families if we start smoking crack.
Yeah.
You know?
But it could be pretty amazing for you.
True.
Especially if you're standing on the corner of 60th and 58th holding the Biden sign, swinging it around.
Is that the trick? You just
Yeah.
do a bunch of crack?
Yeah, just get cracked
some would
out.
argue that's how you're so good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you
It
spin
increases
that.
my coordination.
Yeah, you spin that fucking thing like a helicopter and then do backflips and...
I've been standing in that sun all day. It explains a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. You're impressive.
You guys never want to try crack though, like for real?
No, I've never... I mean, who's listening to this?
Yeah.
The entire
Literally
world.
nobody.
Yeah.
There's probably
Oh, then.
we're probably recording this for ourselves.
That's right. Someone accidentally
Yeah.
clicked on it, fell asleep, and they listened
Yeah.
to the video.
Like holy
it-
shit, guys, we had one view today.
And they're like in Japan. Like, it was like
You
a
have no
total
idea what we're
accident.
saying.
Yeah, it's like background voice. Some guy who like sleeps to Americans talking.
Yeah.
It's like rain for us, like rainforest, music. Some guy just listens to dumbass Americans.
I'm okay if that's our market.
Hey, whatever sells, right?
That's
ASMR
why
for
the sponsors
Japanese.
want to be with us. Like Jimmy Brown.
No, but yeah, it's interesting that has happened. Especially when I didn't even realize before, Florida had signed the bill that this has been happening throughout America for the past, 6 years now.
Today's sponsor is Lucky Cigarettes. In today's climate, stress can be found wherever you look, and that's not fair. Are you tired of that man at Publix who isn't wearing his mask? Yes, we should be able to publicly sodomize him where he stands. Then drag him and his bloody anus to the entrance, hang him from the awning to send a message that science will prevail. But society has not recognized your brave ideology. How can we deal with these constant stressors in our life? When you can't publicly sodomize the enemy, light up a Lucky cigarette. Smooth, crisp, and 120% less stress after the first drag than the leading competitors. 10 out of 10 doctors confirm that Luckies are exactly what you need in today's climate.
The increased age to smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I think New Jersey and New York was like one of the first to increase it from 18 to 21. And I remember being there with my brother who was, I think, 20 at the time, and he couldn't even buy... I don't even remember what he was trying to buy, but he was like dumbfounded that he couldn't. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? He raised it?
Yeah.
Like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, he's just going to have my dad buy him for him now? You know what I mean? Like, whatever he was buying. I think it was like dip or something, because I think it was tobacco across the board.
Right.
It was like, what the fuck? Makes no sense. No sense at all. I guess the the obvious example you could use is prohibition on alcohol. Obviously, that didn't work out. But also, like guns, how many federal regulations on firearms are there? And it's done nothing for gun violence.
Right.
It's not about regulation. You know
Just
what I mean?
one more gun law, Nick. That's all we need.
Oh. Is
One
it just
more.
one?
Common
Which one is it?
Sense, please.
Is it? It's the assault
Common
rifle ban,
sense?
right? Because that
we
accounts
gotta
for so
close
many
the
deaths.
gun show loophole because 12-year-olds can buy assault rifles at gun shows. You didn't know that?
Oh shit! What gun shows are you going to? Because every one I've gone to is a bunch of fucking idiots
Selling guns to 12-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one time I was at a gun show here, right at the fairgrounds, and I was sitting at a table. My cousin bought when that Ruger precision rifle came out. It was like a out of the box 1200 yard. I don't know if you remember. Anyway, he was buying one of those, and same guy or same booth, different employee was selling a gun to some kid and his younger brother asked the guy at the gun stand, like, oh, like, could my brother buy this gun for me? And the guy, like, blew up on this kid. Like, this poor kid, he was just, like, genuinely asking a question. Cause,
just curious.
you know, like, you know how fucking ridiculous some of these laws are. They're impossible to keep track of. So the poor kid asked this guy, like, oh, could, you know, what if my brother bought it for me? Because in Florida, you can transfer a firearm private sale. Like, if I own a gun, I can sell it to you without any paperwork. Like, you don't need to do anything. You don't even need to do a bill of sale.
And I'm pretty sure a guardian, like a parent, can buy a gun for their kid, but I think they have to be like 16 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The law's so stupid, nobody even knows what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And this, like, this guy blew up on this kid. He's like, that's a straw purchase, and you know, I'm obligated to let the, you know, authorities know, and that's a felony, and this and that. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, the kid's like 17, just shut the fuck up. Yeah. Tell him that you can't do it. Like, no, that's illegal. Like, but yeah, that's what gun shows really are, guys. If you know, I mean, you're under the idea that you can walk into a gun show and walk out with a M16 fully automatic.
Every gun show I've ever been to is essentially sponsored by the local sheriff department. Like, the local sheriffs are there and they're selling the tickets when you walk in.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never even paid attention to that.
If you're gonna sell a gun illegally at a gun show, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. Won't even make it out of the front door.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. The last time I was at a gun show, my buddy, who was a sheriff at the time, he was there also in uniform. He was on duty. He walks up to me and he's like, hey, have you seen a guy walking around with this shotgun? And he shows me a picture of this, like, beautiful, like, super rare. I think he said it was like, the guy had it listed for like $25,000, all hand engraved, hand varnished. Dude literally walked up, picked the shotgun up, and walked out with it.
Holy crap!
They had him on video, just literally walking out of this gun show with a.
That must have been pretty easy. To
$25,000 shotgun.
Jeez.
So maybe there is a loophole.
Yeah. It's called theft.
Yeah, it's called theft.
It's the loophole,
which is illegal, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that.
And that's exactly how most of the people who can't own guns in this country obtain them.
You mean they circumvent the laws already in place?
Criminals? Yes. No, couldn't be.
Nope.
No way.
Oh, man.
All right, so I think we all somewhat agree on the fact that, again, some more Florida bills adding to the stacks and stacks of books here.
Yeah, I just don't...
Increasing the age. Not necessarily best use of their time.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there seems to be, like, some kind of, like, you know, sex trafficking type problem in South Florida. I wonder if they could spend a little more time on that. That might be...
No, Chris, because 18-year-olds smoking cigarettes and vapes is far more concerning.
Correct.
To our nation.
You're right.
Than, what is it, like 750,000 kids go missing a year in America? Yeah. That's not as important as 18-year-olds smoking.
I mean, the question has to be asked, though. Were they good kids?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm just saying, if they're not good kids, I mean, we're really missing anybody?
Yeah. I mean, obviously not if their parents, you know, let them out of their sight for...
I mean...
Oh, did you guys see that video? It happened in Florida where the young girl was... she'd just gotten dropped off by the bus.
Oh, yeah. She's like 11 years old, right?
Yeah, she was like, you know, messing with her backpack, and then some guy stopped at the stop sign and ran out, tried to kidnap her. And... I think she fought back, and that's why he ended up having to run back to his car and leave.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She's not a good kid.
Yeah.
She fought.
Yeah,
against an adult.
She's really angry.
No, yeah, I did see that. That was interesting.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yep.
Did anybody step in? Did anyone see this happening? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think, I think she was fighting back, and it was taking a little too long. And so
he just
a couple of
abandoned ship.
Yeah, a couple of cars drove by, and he was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
Yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
Yeah,
it's terrifying, but it's a very real reality that not enough people are paying attention to. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you do barely hear anything about the coverage of some of the stuff that's happened. Right?
I know, it's crazy. 750,000 kids a year, and like nobody bats an eye. And not to put it morbidly, but we're worried about grandma getting another year out of life. With this whole Corona thing, like,
right?
It literally shut the world down. But 750,000 kids in one country alone. That's just America.
Right.
And when's the last time you heard something about that in the corporate press?
You don't hear about it.
Nope.
You really don't.
No, but
I wonder if it has anything to do with that billionaire guy who had an island that was like specifically for fucking kids, and like all the politicians.
No, that's a conspiracy, guys.
Oh yeah.
Now we're back. Now we're a Q podcast again.
Yeah. Well, now
that was on another,
and we're
podcast.
demonetized.
So
what'd you say?
That was discussed on another giant podcast a long time ago. It's a conspiracy.
What?
Alex Jones.
Hey, you can't say that, dude. AJ, we got to refer to him as AJ.
It's true.
It's actually pretty insane how much he gets right, though.
Yeah,
like he gets it wrong. Don't get me wrong, but
when he does, he gets it wrong.
He gets it wrong. Oh my God, does he get it wrong?
Hey man, but when you're swinging, just keep on swinging.
Are the frogs gay though? Answer me that.
They are.
Based on that one woman, right? Plastics.
Oh man.
So you guys want to just chit chat some about lighter fare, some stuff that we just have on our minds?
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gay,
and we fully support.
It's the water. Turn Nick gay.
It's the water.
I was kissing them frogs.
No, I mean something that I feel like this point is really relative, and the fact that you go to the businesses around town and they can't find people to work,
Yeah,
there's nobody. They can't find employees.
I know, it's crazy.
Like anywhere you go, you can go to any restaurant, and a lot of businesses too, like plumbing and like good jobs.
Yeah,
good jobs.
Right,
and
good trade jobs.
Yeah, trade jobs.
Yeah,
and then
learn some real skills.
They can't find people to work.
I know it's not because of the federal unemployment incentives, though, right?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
It can't be that.
That is not taking any effect.
But Cam, if these private companies just, started their own Federal Reserve, they could just compete with the government and print their wages and then pay people more, and then they would work.
Yeah, it's not like they're being taxed up to their eyeballs. I mean, they can easily pay these people more money, right?
Oh man, it is insane. It's insane, though. It really is. I mean, it's crazy. You go to any place and it's the same story over and over and
Can't find people to work.
Yeah, like I mean, some restaurants have to shut down half their restaurant.
Yeah,
not because of COVID.
Nope.
But because they just don't have the staff.
Yeah.
They don't have the staff.
Yeah.
But it's not it's not the stimulus.
It couldn't be.
It's not.
It couldn't.
It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
I went to...
No evidence, Cameron, to support that idea.
I drove out...
Even though I haven't done any research, there's no evidence.
None.
There's no evidence.
I actually drove past where Chris usually likes to go. A little past 58th there on 60 to that wonderful establishment called McDonald's. Right around 11:30 at night. They were closed until midnight. Mm-hmm. So I would assume they were understaffed.
Yeah.
And the staff had to take a break.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there twice after 9 o'clock, and there's maybe three employees in there, and you go through the drive-thru, and they're like, "Sorry, we're not taking orders right now. We're understaffed."
Yeah, I mean, if McDonald's can't find people, there's got to be some issue here.
Well, my question is, was the ice cream machine down?
More than likely, it was being cleaned.
The whole bitch was down.
The whole bitch was down.
Was the ice cream machine down or not? Were you able to get ice cream?
I was not. But no, it's interesting though. Do you think it's purely from the federal stimulus, from the COVID relief?
So
I
can't imagine what else has changed in the last year.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a good conversation.
I've never been to McDonald's and they literally told me, no, you can't order anything because we don't have anybody working.
They did tell you that you can't get ice cream. But you can
yes, they have.
You can still get a quarter pounder.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know. That's actually because they have like a cleaning cycle that those things go on. It's not that they're broken. They I guess they have it's like a automated
Stop reading the propaganda.
You're defending the issue.
I'm not defending it. It's
Maybe they should set that cycle for
unacceptable.
3 a.m. or something.
Yeah,
they
when
need
people
2 of
go
those
on ice cream.
motherfuckers, and they need to cycle the goddamn.
You know how you set your phone
Cleaning
for
cycle.
like, update at 3 a.m? Maybe they should do that.
Look,
Well, that's the problem.
want
Everybody
ice cream
wants
at-
ice cream at 3 a.m.
sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
coming
it's
home from the
never
bar,
available.
dude. Yeah.
Are there people eating ice cream at noon?
Yeah, that's better.
If you are, you need to fucking look at yourself in the mirror and
Okay.
make some better
I
life
definitely have
choices.
gotten ice cream at noon. So.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm definitely guilty of that.
You're also the only other guy I know who wakes up and at like 9 o'clock and has a beer.
Well,
But not because you're an alcoholic,
I don't know about
but
that.
because you're on a very strange timing.
yeah. I mean, no one's an alcoholic, so. No, but I mean the stimulus. So regular unemployment is what, 800?
Well, it's a percentage of what you make.
Is it though?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's
Well, I
what.
mean, it's like a broad percentage, right? You have the certain limits, and then it goes up. I don't think it's like a straight like.
I'm not even
10%.
gonna comment because I
No,
really
no,
don't know.
I don't know either, but who
Yeah.
cares?
I mean, we can look that up. So
We're
it's not
gonna be
like-
canceled for misinformation.
Yeah. Fact check this, Facebook.
Yeah,
No,
fact
it's
check.
a percentage. It's a percentage of what you make.
Okay.
Okay, and so the idea was that the $300 stimulus that you're getting isn't affecting whether or not you get a job. But people are getting a lot more than $300.
Well, that 300 is added on to what you normally would get from
Exactly.
unemployment.
So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
some people are making more money than you working, and they're not working.
That's not fair. Take their money.
And
Distribute the wealth, please.
And somehow that's not an incentive, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then it rolls over to this. All of a sudden, there's like this. Okay, that's not an incentive. And then now there's this idea that the employees really should pay you more.
Yeah, isn't that interesting how the argument goes from no, it's not doing anything to, well, they should just pay you more.
Yeah. What? How does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that become the argument?
And it's
Yeah.
also where's your calculation? Like, you're just saying out of the blue, they should pay you more.
Yeah.
But where's your justification for that?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, their justification is, well, stuff is more expensive than
Why?
what they make. But okay, but what are you producing that is worth more than what you're making now?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
are you producing enough to make $15 an hour? Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Right. Right. And not to mention, like, say you're making $11 an hour, and you're working, right? But you're making $9 an hour not working.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
So you're making $2 an hour to work, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then that's how people look at it, and they pretend like it's
Fairly, I might add.
Yeah.
Fairly, that's a fair way to look at it, right?
That's absolutely a fair way
Yeah.
to look at it. I can sit on my couch and watch Netflix all day long and make close to the same amount of money.
And for anybody who wants to say that that's not a fair way to look at it, if you don't have a job and you're not unemployment, you're making $0, right?
Right.
So then you go to work and now you're making $12, so now you're making $12 an hour. If you're making $11 an hour not working,
Right.
and you go to work and you're making $12, you're not making $12, you're making the difference,
Right.
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Right.
like,
Exactly.
I don't know how
exactly.
that... Yeah,
exactly.
that's-
I mean, there's literally people who would say, if I go to work, I'm going to be making less money than I'm making by not going to work. Tell me how that's not an incentive.
Or even if it's like Nick
Yeah.
said, even if it's like a $2 difference, if you think your times, or like you can eat that bowl at $2 a difference, an hour,
Yeah.
and stay at home. Why wouldn't you? You know.
Who has
Yeah.
the lighter?
It's over here.
I'll take it.
But
I'll take the whiskey.
I mean, I guess another way you could look at
Let
this,
me
right?
down this and I'll have some more too.
Being
Yeah, it's mostly
somewhat
water at this point.
somewhat liberty minded as we are,
Holy shit, we almost drank that whole bottle?
almost.
Nice.
Don't say it out loud.
If you are looking for a job and you want to get
Not
into the market right now,
alcoholics.
it's probably one of the best times in my lifetime.
Yeah?
I mean, that's great, right? So if you're willing to work, you can probably get a little bit more than you would normally, within reason,
For sure, man.
and then still get a decent job, whatever that is to you, and come from a point of, being in control, which is good
for
you, because labor right now is hot commodity.
hot commodity.
Hot commodity.
Hot
No, for
Gaddafi.
sure.
Hot cummies.
So people want to make it all about restaurants, and it's not. They're like, oh, restaurant jobs don't pay enough or whatever. Although waitresses bank a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
The government's listening. Don't tell.
No, but that's what they want to make it like.
tips.
Oh, well, these companies don't pay enough or whatever. They want to make it about that. But it's not just that. I mean, you can literally go and get a trade job with no experience because people have no help.
Yeah.
You can literally...
The demand for employment is...
It's like
insane.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And but not really. Because it's not really happening.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, right.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. People are not going to work because they're not getting paid enough. Not
Exactly.
because they're not making... It's not because they're making a shit ton of money at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm glad we got that figured out.
Yeah.
But literally, I've talked to multiple people, not just restaurants. Like I said, trade jobs, things like that, and they're just like, we can't find people.
Yeah.
Or they'll show, or they'll have all these.
And that's all over the country. Not just not just in our town.
No,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's insane.
Yeah.
Do you think Instagram fact checkers are hiring right now? Are they
Probably.
they in a labor
It's
deficit?
like
as
the
well?
easiest job in the world. All you have to say is, "Oh, this is partly false because the company said it is."
Do you guys remember when, like around the beginning of coronavirus, there was like all these Indeed commercials that was like, I got a job as a what was it, like a COVID. What was the job that they were advertising on Indeed?
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like,
I remember this, but I can't
don't
remember what it
remember.
is.
It was like the people who crap. Well, I brought it up, so now I can't remember it, obviously. But basically, she was saying she got her dream job as like a person who makes sure that people are abiding by like COVID rules and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I was just like,
and then
the
local
heck?
governments were putting up like the hotlines where you
total
could turn people in.
propaganda.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, and people were walking around like I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't think of the word that you would use.
Yeah, I can't
like
think of what the
enforcers,
job
basically.
title was, but
I don't remember that. I do remember like Indeed and like what's the other one that's on a lot?
Glassdoor.
No. To find jobs, it's a ZipRecruiter, right?
Yeah, that's one.
I remember that was being a lot like try to find jobs. You can be at home and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this one that Chris is talking about, I don't remember seeing the article, but I remember seeing people do it. It was basically like a mandate enforcer.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
People were like walking around like, put your mask on.
Trying to find
Is it-
certain
is it
people
that
up in
like-
attics.
Isn't that like a lot of people?
Yeah,
They're
right.
screaming at you.
Well, that's the thing. Indeed was like, well, fuck, we don't need to hire people to do this. People are doing it just because they can.
Got a lot of volunteer hall monitors out there.
Yeah, holy fuck. Useful
I-
idiots.
have you guys experienced that though? That like, because I know that that's happening,
Not in Florida.
but not necessarily here. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had anybody yell at me.
When I went to Albany, New York, it was a whole different world. I mean, you fly in to the airport, the National Guard was there. This was back in like around Halloween. National Guard is there. They're handing out sheets and telling you to fill out your information. Where are you going? What's your name? What's your phone number? Your
Yeah, I
email.
heard about that.
And it was like, and they were pretty strange. It was pretty funny. They were like, doing all these COVID enforcement stuff, but then they would tell everyone that got off a plane to go huddle up in this corner and use all the same pens and fill out these paperwork. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it makes
This makes
no
a lot
sense.
of sense.
No sense at all. Yeah. It's like the did you see that video in I think again in Ontario where like there were probably like 15 cops that came out of a precinct and they were just like handing people tickets out. One guy got a ticket for shaking somebody's hand. Another guy got a ticket for being within 3 meters of somebody. Have you seen that video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's fucking nuts. Yeah, it's
Oh,
or the video where they're giving children ice cream to get vaccinated and they're like
That's
blocking the
insane.
parents.
Canada is just it's fallen.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it hasn't been
Wild.
great for a while, but yeah, it's pretty bad. That one video was insane. They
With the
basically
kids?
there was a park in Toronto where they had a pop-up clinic and they were offering vaccine to children in exchange for ice cream, and there was no parental consent required, nothing like that.
Yeah.
because that's what happens when you delegate your medical care to the government. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do.
yeah. Hey, but hey, if you need surgery, you can get it within 3 years up there. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Want an MRI? Go to the U.S.
Hey, dude, if you break your arm, you don't got to pay for it, you know?
yeah. Well, yeah. You just might have a broken arm for a year.
It's all right.
Or you have cancer for 2 years and then you're dead by the time you get treatment.
Yeah.
That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Government healthcare is so cool.
I know. We have no
So
vaccines
sick.
here with our somewhat open market of healthcare.
I know Florida's got more vaccines than they can convince people to take.
Is there a surplus?
I mean, in the U.S., as far as I understand, there's a vaccine for everyone who wants one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I think
I'm good.
we've flattened out on people
Yeah.
taking vaccines now.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Actually, I went into a Sam's Club today, and not wearing a mask, and the guy asked me, he's like, "You have a vaccine?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." Just walked right in.
Sure do. I'd be that asshole. I'm like, nope, and I don't need a mask. Thanks, boss.
Oh, that's awesome. But
It's funny though because you say that like now that the CDC just magically decided that you can now do this after months of being criticized about people with a vaccine still being required to wear a mask, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually you don't need to wear a mask now.
Now
But
it's a
I'll
real
get
caste
grilled.
system.
I'll probably get grilled more now that they've made that. Like, I swear to God, I have not. Nobody has said shit to me, and the like 3 or 4 times I've worn a mask was in Orlando Airport and a clinic when I had to do all that shit for my job.
Yeah.
That was the only 2 times I've legitimately like worn a mask, and that was the only 2 times that anybody's ever said anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, we were in Texas, maybe. I don't know. We were somewhere, and we were in like a college town, and these girls walked by, and one of them was like, "Oh, nice mask," and I was like, "Thanks, you're pretty cute too." I thought she was talking about my face. I don't think that's obviously not what she was talking about, but
no, yeah. I think the only time I've ever had anybody ask me about the lack of a mask on my face was in Sam's too. Some guy asked me, some old guy, "Where's your mask?" I'm like, "In my car." He's like, great place for it." I'm like, "Yeah."
Nick, that girl that grilled you about your mask, she probably let some dude raw dog her later that night.
yeah, probably.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
right. Like, sweet mask.
Hey,
As long as he had his
he
mask
wasn't
on.
killing her grandma though by not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. He wore it in public, right?
Fuck you, Nick, for killing her grandma.
Have you seen tweets of people like
Fuck your
claiming
grandma.
that they wear them while they have sex?
Dude, if
I just just imagining that just cracks me up.
Remember seeing those images of people kissing with their mask on?
yeah, that shit is
Kamala
so silly.
Harris.
It was very
So fucking
weird.
silly. But then you see, I lost my point. What I was going to say.
Masks, people kissing,
Completely lost it.
raw dog. And
Oh,
grandmas.
how the CDC was like giving guidance on like everything. Didn't they? Maybe I'm mistaken. I very well could be mistaken, but didn't they post an article on how to have safe butt sex during
I hope so.
pandemics?
No.
I want to say that's true.
Yeah, dude. I swear to
Let's
God,
just
I'm
go
gonna
with
look
it's
it
true.
up because
I
I'm
looked at it.
I'm like
That's
so
not
certain.
ridiculous.
Pull
I like
that
the
shit
world I
up.
live in where that is true, so don't ruin it for me.
No, please tell me that's not
Pull that shit up just took a whole new meaning.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta look that up.
You know what I think I'm doing? I think I'm confusing the article that Teen Vogue did
Oh, yes.
for girls and safe butt sex.
Dude, Teen Vogue
During-
is
during the
enemy
Because
of
that's
the people.
really what we need to be, putting in
Yeah.
teenage girl magazines.
Oh my god, no! Really?
You didn't see that?
I really haven't.
That's a real. It's quite a couple years old.
Teen
now.
Vogue's had a lot of pretty ridiculous articles over the past
It's for
5-10
teenagers?
years.
Yeah, Teen Vogue, bro. Yeah, Teen Vogue, anal sex, safety, how-tos, tips, and more.
Good.
No.
Here you go. Teen
it
Vogue's
top
Guide
5
to
or-
Anal Sex.
Is that top 5 or top 10
Top 10 what?
safe ways?
Oh, you want me to read them?
I mean, this magazine is marketed to like literally 13 to 18-year-old
Teens, yeah.
Perfect. I don't want to know what
Jesus
kids
Christ.
running around here.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was real.
They also have a lot of communist propaganda in that magazine.
Oh, and here you go. The backlash to this article is rooted in homophobia.
Wow.
course.
Also, white supremacy.
It couldn't
right?
be that we don't want our teenagers reading about butt sex at 12 years old. Couldn't be that.
In the line at Publix.
Right, because it's
Yeah.
it's not a fucking magazine's responsibility to teach our youth. Yeah, that's
Right.
At least not that magazine.
That's a mute point, though, because me saying that, I'm homophobic now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that was like a big deal when it came out. I can't remember.
That magazine used to be really popular when we were kids, I feel like. When they had like normal articles and stuff. I haven't really... The only time I ever hear about them now is when they post these ridiculous articles. I feel like it's kind of like
do you feel like
strategy.
they do that kind of thing to get press?
I think
just
so.
for the clicks.
Yeah,
Could be.
it's like
It's that and
who reads
virtue
Teen
signaling.
Vogue?
Yeah.
Who reads that?
Teens?
I mean, do they? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I
know
really
that
don't
they're
know.
marketed to that, but I mean, is there like a bunch of teenagers? Like, yeah, I need a.
But no, like
I
you
think
were
it's just
saying,
the people who write the articles read it and then like jerk each other off over how awesome they are.
like, wow, we're such good journalists.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like I do remember, like, you know, my female cousins. I feel like I remember seeing those magazines in their rooms and shit growing
Yeah,
up.
it was like Sports Illustrated for kids was like what the like male kids read, and then the female kids read Teen Vogue.
Yeah. Of course, they took the big titties out of
But
that,
that's,
right? Sports
that's
Illustrated
sexist,
for
what
kids.
I just said, actually, so I take that back.
Wow, Chris. I expected better from you.
No, you know what's the best to get around the whole kids and magazines and big titties?
Mm-hmm.
Car magazines, remember, Cam?
Car magazines.
Don't look at me. Why are you looking at me?
Oh, I
I'm
need to hear
looking
this
at
story.
you, Cam. Remember car magazines in middle school?
Yeah, I mean, car magazines had. Yeah, they
They had. Some
Oh,
women
yeah,
in
they
there.
always had the hot models on
You're like
cars
not
and
like
shit.
you're like mom's like, what kind of magazine? Oh, I just want to read about cars. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Is that why you had so many car magazines growing up?
Flip to the centerfold.
I like cars.
Yeah, I think we all like cars back then.
Yeah, cars. It was the cars.
It was the year of Too Fast and Too Furious.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, that was tragic.
I think we should all take a drink to Paul Walker.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Paul
we'll
Walker.
drink to Paul Walker.
Cheers to Paul Walker.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is real hard. This is a big.
Yeah,
thing.
we're not going to take. Yeah, I seen you. I was like, I'm not going to be able to reach your glass.
Man, so
Telephone poles.
This
stay
bourbon
winning.
is good though, dude.
no, it's
I'm pretty happy with
it's
it.
going down.
Way
What's
too
the
fast.
bourbon's name again? Give it another shout out.
Horse Soldier.
Horse Soldier.
Horse Soldier. That's a pretty.
It's a nice looking
manly
bottle
name.
too.
Distilled in
It's cool,
Columbus,
right?
Ohio.
Yeah, it's got like a nice copper. I don't think it's real though. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's a label, but it's like a
Copper's too
thick
expensive.
label.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
that
like
thing
it's
is
made of copper.
Straight bourbon whiskey, non-chill filtered. I don't know what that means,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure it means good.
sounds
Right?
fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I follow some dude on Instagram, and he's a big like whiskey bourbon guy, and yeah, he was like, this is like one of his go-tos. So I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot, and I'm really happy with it.
It's good.
My one of my go-tos is the bullet that Cam had last week for the episode 0, 00,
0, 0, 0, 0.
and also quadruple 0.
Yeah, you guys got pretty shitty.
Huh?
Was it last week or the week before?
What are you talking about?
The time that you and Chris got pretty drunk.
Well, we were just hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't much
In the
going
street
on.
corner.
right?
Yeah. I think that was the night we got together to buy everything.
Look,
Watching
me and
YouTube
Chris,
videos and how this thing works.
Me and
Yeah.
Chris have no idea what's happening with this.
I don't either. I just plugged the shit in where Josh told me to.
There's
and
a lot of
Hopefully
buttons,
This
a lot of
recording
knobs.
comes out.
yeah, there's a
decent.
very good chance that when I hit stop recording, that it's
I know.
just gonna disappear.
Good thing we already have our sponsors, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
But
They need to come
all
through
over
with some more funding though. Get us set up a little bit better here.
yeah.
We'll have to negotiate that at the next board meeting.
Speaking of boards and meetings, Sebastain lawsuits for the city council members.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys got to fill me in on that. I didn't have time to
someone's
read
gotta
any
film
of
it.
that.
I didn't read it.
Chris, you
So,
did, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I
read
read
it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, there you go. You guys lead the
You
conversation.
posted it. You didn't read it?
I mean, I read that they're in a lawsuit. They did some mischievous stuff.
Yeah, they were.
They like tried to like take over the government, right? The local government.
Fucking love Sebastain.
Yeah, it was essentially like a
Cowboy, son.
essentially like
Cowboy.
a local coup.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, let me read the first couple paragraphs of this article. If my phone would stop being a little.
God damn it, Chris.
If you guys don't know, Sebastian's a very small town.
Yes.
Very small. On the east
So-
coast of Florida.
A lot of old people.
So here's
It's like
the
the
article
suburbs to Vero.
from.
No, it is interesting though that like, like corruption exists.
Right,
in
even at that smallest
a
of
small
governments.
little
Yeah.
fishing town.
So here's an article from WPTV. So Sebastain, Florida, city leaders in Sebastain went to court Monday as they continue to battle the controversy surrounding an alleged secret meeting attended by 3 council members. At the meeting on April 22nd, this was last year in 2020, council members Charles Maudy, Damian Gilliams, and Pamela Paris voted to fire city manager Paul Carlisle, city attorney Manny Anon Jr., and city clerk Janet Williams, and to remove Mayor Ed Dodd from his position. Councilman Gilliams said he was appointed as the new mayor.
That's how that works.
A regular meeting was scheduled for that date, but canceled several hours beforehand by the city manager and advertised to the public as postponed. So they're investigating whether this was a legal meeting or, trying to find some law that, that says that this was prohibited. I'm not sure if that exists or not. It definitely should.
Well, no. It's what, the Sunshine State something.
Right. So let me
Yeah, because there is a law that says that, like, Florida council meetings and stuff have to be attended by, like, the public.
Right.
Right? So, like...
Yeah.
So the idea here is that they had a meeting scheduled, but canceled it because of COVID, right? Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge, right?
Tug, tug,
and then
yep.
all locked the door type thing, and had a council meeting, and drained the swamp, right, in their own eyes, like, we'll get rid of this guy, and I'm the new guy,
Gee, it sounds like some shit that the CIA does in every other country we've ever invaded.
They kind of use COVID as an excuse for this, and they said, so it says in the... So Gilliams filed a lawsuit against Dodd and Carlisle. Dodd was the mayor. Carlisle, I believe, was the city manager. And he says that he believes Dodd and Carlisle did not have a right to declare a city emergency because of COVID-19 because there was not proper consent by the city council. And this was their reasoning for canceling the city meeting at the time. And so they're using that to say that, they didn't have proper authority to cancel the meeting, and so now they came in and just like cleared house and just made themselves the leaders.
Which is interesting because I think that's kind of it's not a fair point to like vote everybody out and appoint yourself the mayor, but that's kind of a fair point. Like, you can't just cancel a meeting and what how did it word that? That they basically like put the county into a state of emergency without proper voting or whatever the hell they said.
Yeah, so
that's a fair point. I feel like.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it is a fair point.
So the argument, right? Their defense is not like, well, some of their defense is like, we didn't really know what we were walking into, type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them, I guess, I don't really. But they're like, oh, we just came to our meeting, we didn't realize it was canceled. Besides, the door was locked.
Yeah, so then we locked the doors behind us, and then we voted everyone out.
Exactly. And so, actually, in the video, there's somebody trying to get in, and the door is actually locked.
Oh, shit.
I didn't watch the video.
When your government officials lock doors in private meetings.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that person or somebody.
That sounds like Nazi Germany.
Yeah. So the cops actually break this meeting up.
Yeah, that's the only part I read. Is like, there's a video, or maybe just. Eyewitness.
They had to release the video
that
like a week later or so
on video, or again eyewitness.
Somebody beating on the door.
Like they hear audio or something of the council members who are in there saying, "Shh, be quiet, the cops are coming," or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. So that wasn't secretive at all.
Well, they didn't know what they were walking into.
Pretend we're
they didn't know.
They just thought it was
like
how could they have known, Cameron?
For whatever reason, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
It's like you're at like a frat party in college and you're like, shh, the cops are here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like,
it seems reasonable.
All in all, pretty exciting. Like, how happened to this
little Sebastain get some
small Q? Oh
yeah,
Q. Now we're Q again.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Come about in your town,
back. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Small town people doing.
Can we get one of those people
stuff.
who was in that meeting as a guest next time
on our podcast?
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
We'd like to invite
Damian Gilliams. Let's go right to the source.
Pamela Paris.
Yeah,
let's get the mayor. Let's get Dodd.
I just want to know like what their plan was afterwards, right? So like, do they think that like whatever they decide there like immediately goes into law and like takes effect?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching it. I'm like, how ridiculous!
Like that might be an interesting conversation to have with them.
Yeah. Chris, you know him?
What?
You know?
I don't know either of them. No,
I don't know any of these people either. I don't really. I should
know,
start paying attention. The problem is nothing exciting ever happens in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've gone to a city council meeting. I was dating a girl, and like one of her class projects or some shit. Like she had to actually go to a meeting, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go with you." And I remember like the biggest deal was like they were dropping the speed limit through
like a street.
No, like on US 1, like through where all the shops are and shit. Mm-hmm. And like, all these shop owners were there and they were like all ganging up together like, you need to lower it. So many people pass through and don't even stop at our little shops and this and that.
So if they're going slower, they're going to stop? Like what's...
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I guess that's...
Well, that is kind of the problem with those meetings. They're like...
Oh, my God. It's a bunch of Karens, yeah.
I mean, here's the reality. Everyone goes 50 miles an hour through Sebastain. There's no stopping it. It's a 2-lane road. It's a 2-lane road. It looks like a highway. They're going to cruise, all right? That's just how it works.
512
It's Florida, baby.
Be careful.
People cruise.
And that's a great point because they did end up dropping the speed limit. I think it was 40 before, now it's 35. Everyone still goes 45, 50
How many times have you gone through Sebastain and people are going 35? Like, if you're going 35, someone's behind you honking.
Yeah, right.
Never. Not one single
especially
time.
on US 1.
I do know that Damian Gilliam has been, kicked out of multiple council meetings because of just disrupting and yelling and things of that
That's
nature.
awesome.
Yeah. It's actually, it is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, let's get him on.
Yeah, we need
like,
more
you know what?
David Gilliams.
I'm all of a sudden I'm in favor of his.
He seems like a whiskey kind of guy.
Yeah.
Can we have David Gilliam as Lord Commander of Sebastain, please?
And just like that, we're sponsored by Sebastain, the entire town.
Yeah.
And Mayor Damian Gilliam.
Man. Emperor Gilliam.
Emperor Gilliam. Oh man. We should reach out to him. Hear his side of the story.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of like recall Gilliam, posters.
So now what?
Sebastain.
It's like they're suing the the city managers, the city manager and the mayor, and the city is suing those three, right?
Right, for doing like an illegal transfer of power.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, they're suing the city manager
because they
for the violation
like some sunshine state law or something like that.
And we all know that the legal system runs so smoothly that's going to happen in a very
very quick
fashion.
manner. Yep.
Yeah.
Speedy fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a year and we're still talking about it. So
just starting to get to
well, Chris, the pandemic. Everything's delayed. The pandemic, of course.
Oh man.
Right. Yes. We'll just blame it on the pandemic.
I will admit though, during the pandemic, my jury duty was canceled. That was very awesome.
That's nice. Dude,
I want to get on one of those jury duties one of these days.
They're fun when you don't have a job you don't want to miss.
Right.
Well, just go on unemployment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get paid for it.
What is it, like $17 a day or something?
Yeah. No, it's a reasonable common sense wage of like $12. All right. Jeez.
Isn't
the
your
government can't
employer?
just print money,
I thought your employer was obligated to pay.
It's
you
a percentage,
the
I
wage.
believe.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but
I don't think.
No, it's definitely not. It's like it's a clear cut like $17.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were obligated to pay you.
No, your
normal
employer
wage.
isn't.
Absolutely not.
I think some states might be, but
not
Florida is not. At least it wasn't when I was on jury duty.
There's no state law in Florida that requires employers to pay jurors while they are serving on jury duty.
Thank God.
Bam.
15 per day for the first 3 days. Oh, get this.
15?
And then 30 per day thereafter.
Wow.
Whoa.
Take it easy.
Guys,
You
we're
know
going
what
to
that
Domino's
means
tonight.
is only people who make less than 15 an hour are going to accept jury duty, right?
No, it's 15 for the day.
The whole day. The
Yeah.
whole day.
But
Sorry, I'm homeless. What am I talking about?
on your fourth
Not
day,
bad for you, bro.
it spikes, increases.
I could buy like a
100%.
coffee, a McMuffin.
Oh, man.
It's our civil duty as
Maybe a
American
little-
citizens.
Oh
half
my
bag
God,
of
suck
crack.
my dick with
To
that
uphold-
civic duty. I didn't sign no fucking contract. I hate when people say that. Like, oh, it's your, like you said, it's your civic duty.
Yeah.
It's the price you pay to live in a civilized society.
I saw
guess what? I don't want to live in civilized society.
I saw someone make a good point in favor of jury duty the other day, and I'll probably disqualify myself for jury duty for saying this.
I'm excited to hear this.
If that's the worst thing that happens to me, then that's okay. But so they were saying that if you're a libertarian-minded person, you should accept jury duty, because what if these people are getting charged for drug crimes or something of that nature, actually. And then you could be on that jury and say no, not guilty, and you'd be the one person that's holding up this jury, and you might help this person get off.
That's $15 for multiple days.
Yeah.
Why you piss everybody off?
Yeah, people just start wanting to kill you.
People throwing shit at you.
Everybody's like, Chris. He's like, I don't believe there should be laws against drugs.
No victim, no crime.
I don't believe in the government.
Yeah, because I said that, people are going to be throwing shit at the homeless guy on the corner of 58 and 60.
What's gonna? Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
No, he's a great guy.
Yeah. He's so great. We have him on our podcast.
Hey, if they haven't thrown shit at him for his signs yet, they'll be good with it.
Yeah.
No, the only time I actually went through the process and was on a jury, it's pretty. At least the one I was on, I would have to assume it's 80%, 70% of the time it's like this. Pretty one-sided. Where like generally people agree with the state, like or whoever the they don't believe the defendant at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's all hand-picked, right? It's all like the
yeah, but even then, it's just like people don't want to be there, man. Like you're in there, you hear the story, you're like, all right, that you literally go in the back after you like do your first round, and they're like, sit down, they're like, all right, we know they did it, right? And it's just like, jeez.
Oh no,
this is our legal system. Right. People don't want to be here.
Like who wants to make $15 a day for 3 more days?
Yeah.
But
oh no.
Hey, if we're here at least 3 days, we make 30, right?
Hey, we get a raise.
Let's just hold it up for a couple of days.
That's $95 for 4 days of work, man. Right?
Flip me, dude.
That's like
how much
months
Bitcoin
of
is
Netflix,
that?
bro.
How much Bitcoin is that?
Right now, it might be worth a little more.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah,
buy the dip.
in Bitcoin.
Buy the dip.
Doge to the moon.
Lighter.
Right
heavy. It's a pretty heavy dip right now, but just buy it anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Oh.
That's a good thing.
You guys think it'll rebound back up to 60, 70, whatever it was at?
I think it will.
Yeah.
The time frame that happens, who knows?
Yeah.
See, the thing about Bitcoin is it's so young, and it's just, in my opinion, that's why it's so volatile right now.
Yeah.
You think about just the way Bitcoin's structured. Eventually, there's going to be a set amount of Bitcoin. Also, the real transaction unit isn't Bitcoins; it's Satoshis. Which there's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin. So, it's not unfeasible to think that Bitcoin could be worth $1 million.
Which is what most people buy when they buy Bitcoin, by the way.
Yeah.
They're buying.
Nobody's buying a Bitcoin, at least not since 2011 or whenever it started. Yeah.
But there's actually that cryptocurrency conference going down in South Florida soon. In a month
Did
or
not
two.
know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think a lot of Liberty people will be there. Some comedians.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet to go to.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, and,
I wonder if all the new Bitcoin experts that became experts in the last 3 months will be there.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All the Dogecoin experts.
Dogecoin millionaires.
All the investors and cryptocurrency experts that were birthed during the pandemic.
The experts.
So naive. Experts. Yeah, trust the experts. Trust the science. Trust the crypto experts.
Oh, man. Good stuff.
All right, guys. You guys want to end on anything? Anything on your minds?
No. No, not really. I mean, we covered basically everything we...
Tyrants in the Middle East? No, nothing.
I think this is our first episode. I think we should probably save that. Don't want to, steer anybody off.
We'll save Middle Eastern politics for episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see the real fans on.
Yeah. If you can make it to episode 3, you're ready.
For sure.
Great.
For sure.
Well,
So, just one thing I want to close with. If you have any complaints, what's your Instagram, Nick?
Well, you can go straight to
yeah.
Politics in the Rocks Instagram.
Yeah, you can voice all your concerns, and if anything that we said offended you, you can just go ahead and shoot us a message on Instagram.
Make sure it's in
Nick,
all caps.
Nick.
I personally will be handling the customer service. Customer service is the right word?
God.
I'll be handling all that. So if you
so-
want a legitimate, to legitimately voice your concerns and have it heard and respectfully replied to, and just shoot us a message.
Yeah.
And I promise I won't tell you to go fuck yourself.
Probably eventually make like a email address or something. They can voice their
eventually.
complaints
Yeah, we
to.
don't have much people.
Maybe
This
suggestions.
is our first episode.
Yeah, we literally drank this entire bottle. There might be one more round in
Wow,
there,
we
but
really did do
yeah,
good.
that's a good sized bottle too, man. Woo.
So if
No, I liked it. It was
anybody has
good,
any
man.
suggestions on where our next bottle should be, let us know.
Yeah,
Shoot us
absolutely.
recommendations on bottles, cigars, what you want to hear us cover.
I
We're
don't
pretty
think people
open.
can send us alcohol. You can't.
Not yet.
I'm not sure.
But
I don't know the.
You would
You
know if
can.
anybody.
You can send us cigars,
Yeah.
but we're not set up for this.
No.
But at some point, you can.
Yeah.
But
You
if
can come drop him off at Cam's house. We'll give you his address.
yeah.
actually just go by 58th and 60.
And just give them to
Yeah.
that
Just
guy.
give him the
Chris.
Chris on the corner. Right. There
Yeah.
you go.
That works.
There you go.
Yeah. Fuck.
Make sure you honk at that guy. You know.
Yeah.
If we see
yeah.
that,
Dude. So
if we see that guy holding a sign and a bottle, we'll know that we made it.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Well.
I mean, if you see me holding a
Okay,
sign.
Yeah. If you see Chris holding the sign. Well, thanks for joining us. Episode 1. It'll probably only get worse from here, so
Yeah.
Hang
So
in there.
hold on tight.
yeah, so hold on tight. Stick around. We're gonna we shoot these every Monday night, so we're gonna try to have them out at least by. I mean, if I'm being realistic, probably Friday, the very latest.
Yeah.
We'll eventually get it to Wednesday.
Friday the following week, the latest.
Yeah, the first couple episodes will probably definitely take us a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do one a week, and yeah, that's basically it. So
We're gonna try to be consistent with this. for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
So just follow us on Politics in the Rocks. Our OnlyFans, Patreon.
Oh,
You can find us there.
OnlyFans, he says. Jesus,
So,
that's
we appreciate it,
absurd.
guys.
uh,
Thank
All
you
right,
for
peace,
listening.
guys.